Officials in India's income tax department have suggested a COVID-19 cess to help mop additional revenues. It is being suggested that it be levied at a steep 4%. The move, if implemented, could be very unpopular among the taxpayers. Basmati exporters in India are a worried lot after the collapse of global crude oil prices. Nearly two-thirds of India's 6.5 million tons of basmati produced is exported, with the Gulf nations accounting for a bulk of this. With low oil prices, the offtake is expected to be tepid. Online payments for non-essential items in India have declined significantly post the nationwide lockdown. The volume of payment for non-essential items has reportedly declined by over 15%. Payment for utility payments, online recharges have on the other hand spiked considerably. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues, there is fear that sovereign ratings of Canada could be revised downwards. Among the G7 nations, it is only Canada and Germany which currently enjoy a AAA rating at this point in time. However, Canada's debt rules significantly higher compared to its GDP. A prolonged closure post-COVID-19 outbreak is expected to hit Canada hard. Over the last 4 months, it is only the Japanese yen which has managed to give a measly 1.16% positive return. The Brazilian real and South African rand have been the worst performing currencies. Thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic, investor demand for the greenback has risen significantly. The Australian federal government is buying American crude to bolster its security reserves. The prescribed reserves are 90 days of fuel equivalent, but Australia to date had only 55 days of fuel. The $94 million purchase from the United States will increase it to 81 days. The Australian federal government has rejected a Chinese investment proposal. A Chinese firm, Yibin Tianyi, wanted to take a 12% stake in lithium project in Congo. The lithium project is operated by an Australian miner, AVB. This is the second instance of the Aussie government frowning on Chinese investment. The SAR government of Hong Kong has reportedly started initiating contacts with its Indian and Pakistani nationals who reside in the island. There are over 5,000 of these who call Hong Kong their home but are residing in these nations currently post the COVID-19 outbreak. The Reserve Bank of India will conduct a simultaneous OMO or open market operation on Monday, April 27th. The OMO will see the RBI simultaneously buy and sell government securities worth 10,000 crore rupees.